India's airlines have signed the biggest shopping spree in aviation history. More than 1,500 new jets are on order between Indigo, Air India, and Akasa. Yet, carriers are scrambling to find enough people to sit in the left seat. Today, we'll take you inside India's pilot crisis. Why license numbers have never looked better on paper, yet thousands of aviators are quitting, sitting idle, or packing their bags for Hong Kong and the Gulf. The regulator issued a record 1,622 commercial pilot licenses or CPLs in 2023, up 39% in a single year. But the pipeline still falls short. Consultancy Sky One projects India will be about 2,375 pilots short by 2029. The reason is simple. Airlines don't need beginners, they need experienced commanders right now. And that gap is widening with every aircraft delivery. Becoming a pilot is a financial marathon. A CPL alone costs rupees 30 to 42 lakh, and an obligatory jet type rating adds another 20 to 30 lakh rupees, pushing the all-in price above rupees 70 lakh for most students. Many shoulder hefty bank loans or family mortgages, only to sign employment bonds of rupees 30 to 50 lakh rupees and up to 1 crore rupees at some airlines that lock them in for 5 years or more. COVID shut flight schools and simulators for months. Cadets who planned a 14-month course is stretched to nearly 4 years before they log the mandatory 200 hours. Capacity is improving. French trainer Simero has pledged $100 million for new full-flight simulators in India, enough to train 5,000 pilots over 5 years. A newly minted first officer on a domestic narrow body typically earns rupees 1.5 to 3 lakh a month after tax, while the same seat in Doha or Dubai pays rupees 6 to 8 lakh tax-free, plus housing and schooling allowances. 2 fatigue-linked pilot deaths in August 2023, including an Indigo captain who collapsed at Nagpur airport minutes before his flight, sparked an industry-wide outcry. In response, the DGCA drafted rules to raise weekly rest from 36 to 48 hours and tighten night flying limits, but deferred them in March 2024 after airlines warned they would need 20 to 25% more crew. Foreign recruiters smell opportunity. Emirates, Qatar Airways, and Fly Dubai run rolling roadshows in Mumbai and Delhi, while HK Express is hosting pilot assessment centers across Asia this July and openly welcomes international applicants, a first for Cathay-owned carrier. Delhi-based trainers tell us that hundreds of Indian A320 first officers sat HK Express online tests this summer, lured by faster upgrades and a 70% pay jump. Airlines back home, meanwhile, are forced to bid up salaries for the shrinking pool of commanders or hire expatriate captains on short-term visas. Even with the record license output, bottlenecks throttle the cockpit pipeline. India now has 35 approved flying training organizations operating at 54 bases, but many of their single-engine trainers sit grounded for spares, forcing cadets to queue for flying time. COVID-era backlogs, as we heard, stretched 14-month courses to 2 years, and simulator slots remain scarce even that airlines still ferry crews to Bangkok or Dubai for recurrent checks. Regulation moves no faster than training. License conversions for expatriate pilots can take months, and the fatigue rule deferral revived fears that airlines will squeeze hours before salaries. Coupled with high training debt, restrictive bonds, and a yawning pay gap, these factors keep the exit doors propped open, hollowing out the domestic talent pool. Can the crisis be fixed? The fixes are known. The will is the question. Aviation economists urge subsidized loans or targeted scholarships. India's existing rupees 5,000 per hour flying hour grant barely dents a 70 lakh rupees bill. Better still, link those subsidies to a minimum period of service with Indian Airlines. Equally critical is bringing the 48-hour weekly rest rule into force permanently and auditing rosters for compliance. Couple that with the promised Simero-style simulator build out and a transparent upgrade path, and staying in India could look as attractive as leaving. India's aviation boom is a two-part equation: metal plus manpower. New jets alone won't lift off unless the country can train, pay, and protect the humans at the controls. Until the costs fall, contracts modernize, and fatigue rules stick, more pilots will keep filling foreign applications instead of domestic flight plans. Thanks for watching. If you found this deep dive helpful, hit that like button, share it with fellow AV geeks, and subscribe for more clear sky explanations of Indian aviation. Got questions or personal cockpit stories? Drop them in the comments. I read each and every one. See you in the next one.